All right, everybody, we're back. New week, new case. Got a local case here in Midlothian. I'm back at my home in Midlothian, Virginia. Always get excited about a local case. It means we don't have to get on any planes or hotels or rental cars. That's always good. Got a family here. We had the rehearsal today, and we're all set for tomorrow morning. Somebody's life is about to change, and as always, what we've been doing, we're going to keep you in the loop of what's happening. We don't know how this is going to end. I've got a good idea based on the experiences that I've had in the past that we're hoping this guy is going to admit tomorrow. But it's a little something different here and I want to explain to y'all. And I love doing these videos for everyone. I hope it's helpful. And if you guys could send some prayers out to this family and to me, you could always use some prayers. It does help. And the family really likes knowing that you got a lot of support out here because it's got their back pulling for them. It really makes a difference. And I told them about that today, and they were very, very grateful to hear that this is what we do. So the difference in this case is this guy's got a job. He doesn't have FMLA, which is Family Medical Leave Act, so he doesn't qualify for that, meaning he, with the FMLA at a corporation or job that you've been at for a while with a certain number of employees, you can leave for up to 12 weeks and your job is held for you, your job is safe. And this guy does not qualify for that. The job does provide insurance, but he just hasn't been there long enough to qualify for FMLA. He's a good employee, is very productive, and is on his job pretty much, able to work remotely due to COVID and that situation. So we would love to see him go to inpatient treatment. That is the end goal of everyone we intervene on, that they go to inpatient treatment. And usually everyone thinks that as a result of an intervention, inpatient treatment is the answer. And it typically is. I would love to see this man go to inpatient treatment where there's clinical all around him all day, and he's, it's scheduled all through the day. But we've got a concern about the job. We want him to be able to keep the job. So we're going to try this approach, and it can be effective. And here's how it can be effective: is because the family's really going to change the way they're working with him. They're really going to get in there and do some intensive work of their own and set some really firm, healthy boundaries with their loved one. That's the focus of all my interventions, is the family and the boundaries that they set and the way that they change how they've been doing business with their loved one. And we've got a family that's willing to do that, and I think that makes the difference between success and not. It just does. This guy is going to be entering a sober living program. He'll be doing intensive outpatients called IOP, and it stands for intensive outpatients, 3 days a week, 3 hours a day, 3 days a week. And he'll be doing some individual therapy. Of course, he's going to be working the 12 steps. He's going to be given an accountability device called a SoberLink that he blows into 3 times a day. His facial recognition photograph when he blows into it. It can't be faked, can't be beat that I know of. We've never had it beat before that I'm aware of. And I was going to give him an opportunity to engage in recovery, engage in the solution, and also keep his job. So he will be able to work. He'll be able to have freedoms that he wouldn't have in an inpatient program. It's not that much of a disruption to his life. Again, if we didn't think that the family was going to be firm in their boundaries and really hold their boundaries, we wouldn't have really supported this solution. But we think we've got a really good shot here with this family. We've got a family that not all the siblings are going to be involved. It's going to be a mom, a dad, and a sister. There's a brother out there that we're not going to involve yet because he has set boundaries with the family that he's not going to let his life be impacted by his brother's alcoholism any longer. And he's been that way for a couple of years, and he set some really firm boundaries. So he really wants to see the family take some action, some solution-based action, before he really engages back with the family. And that's healthy. That's the right thing to do. So he's going to watch the family do some movement forward and do some healthy boundaries and do some healthy work, and then he'll re-engage. And because the name of the game here is reuniting the family, getting the family well, the entire families. Where interventions are not about pulling people apart, pulling families apart, or wrecking families, or causing more damage. It's about putting families back together. And there's a way that you can do that depending on the case. So that's what we're going to do now is offer this guy some help tomorrow, but mom and dad are really firm in their boundaries. Alcoholism has caused some disruption in the relationship between mom and dad. It's definitely caused some disruption in the relationship between mom, dad, and the other brother. And really, it's been pretty traumatic. We've got a family that hasn't seen their grandchildren in quite a while, and that's the last thing that they want. No one wanted that. No one wanted that to happen. But that's what happens. One line is crossed and another line is crossed. And then the abnormal becomes the normal. And you just get stuck in it. And it doesn't have to be. But they've reached a point of desperation. They're willing to do some work and they're willing to do some things differently. And they've engaged us. They sat with us today. We coached them up pretty well. I mean, I love it in an intervention rehearsal where it just clicks, where you see that shift, where mom has the aha moment that, wow, man, I don't have to live this way any longer. Wow, man, the stuff that I did as a child and the stuff that happened to me as a child has affected my relationships with everyone that I love. And I don't want to live that way any longer. When you can watch that, when I can sit across from somebody and watch that shift happen, as a result of a family working together and just their willingness to do something different, it's a miracle. I love watching it. I love being a part of it. It's so exciting. And when we see that shift happen in the rehearsal, everything just kind of comes together. And they leave the rehearsal lighter than when they came. That's a beautiful thing. And like I said, I'm so grateful to have been a part of it. So tomorrow morning, we're going to approach this young man. He's, not quite pushing 40 yet. Don't want to give out too much information. Like I said, this is a local intervention. Our videos are kind of getting out there a little bit. I don't want him to watch what his intervention is getting ready to look like, so we're not going to give out too much information. But I feel good about this one. And like I said, we're going to let you know every step of the way. We're going to keep you in the loop. Not every step. Well, I've told you about the rehearsal, told you about the case. I don't know what the outcome is going to be tomorrow. I've got a good idea, but you never know. And we're going to let you know what the outcome is every step of the way. So going back to a little bit about where he's going and the level of care he's going to, we're going to start him off at this level of care. And if he is unable to maintain sobriety at that level of care, he is giving himself an experience and the family an experience that shows them that a higher level of care is needed. And as long as we have this unit of family doing their own work and following directions and support and guidance of the professionals, we have no concerns about moving him to a higher level of care. Things are changing tomorrow. This family will never again live the way they have lived with alcoholism running amok in their family. That is a great thing. That is the miracle. And I am so grateful to be a part of it. Very grateful to be a part of it. So I will let you guys know what happens tomorrow. As always, check us out on YouTube. Sign, click, subscribe. I think we've got an Instagram thing going on too that my colleagues have put us up on. Love doing these videos. Love y'all's support. Click it, like it, share it, comment. Let me know what you think. We're here to help. If you've got a loved one struggling right now, you don't have to live this way any longer. The fear that your head is telling you that they will run out and kill themselves if you approach them, or that they will just not go, or that they're so unique and so stubborn that there's no way that they'll go to treatment, trust us. If you follow directions, you put one foot in front of the other, eyes forward, 10 toes down, you can make a change in this individual's life. You can make a change in your life. So thank you so much. We will talk to you tomorrow. Good night.